Okay, when you guys are ready, you can go. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Jun. I'm Jong. Today we will talk about the process of making chocobos. I'm curious about the process of making delicious chocobos. A number of machines are used to make the chocobos, so we will explain the process of making chocobos uh, being being made by machines. Uh, so I will explain the how to make cocoa mess, and Jongwon will explain the how to make the chocobos. Yes. So I will explain the making cocoa mess, and 2 and 3 is Jongwon will explain this. First of all, here is how to make the cocoa mess. Uh, Chocolate is made from the cocoa beans. Cocoa beans grown in South America and Africa. Here is 20 to 60 seeds. Uh, she's known as cocoa beans, and this beans is a raw material of cocoa beans, raw material of cocoa and chocolates. And this beans is go into the roasting machines. A roasting machine roasts these beans at the high temperature. Uh, dur- uh, During the 1 hour, uh, uh, roasting machine roasts these cocoa beans at the high temperature. And after roasting for about 1 hour, uh, the smell of roasted beans and the scent of cocoa butter is become apparent. And next, the roasted beans go into the extractor. Extract, uh, the beans are cracked open and sorted by size, and the husks are blown away by air. And the beans are gradually broken down, and when it is ground down further, uh, the cocoa butter turns into paste. This paste is known as cocoa. It is then cocoa. It is then solidified into pellets to make it easier to process. And this pellet is put down into pruning machines. And finally, bean seed cocoa mess is bagged and sent to the place like chocolate factory.
The next process is making chocolate balls. And there are 4 ingredients: dairy product, sugar, and strawberry powder, and cocoa mess delivered by another factory. And all of them are mixed in a mixer and blended together. And once mixture is completed, it moves on to another place for the next process. When mixture arrives at the place of next process, mixture is poured into the big spinning kettle. Spinning kettle consists to form small round pellets. This is the picture of pellets, and it is the core of chocolate balls. And, and after forming pellets, melted chocolate is poured over the cores, and then cores are dried. Cores are dried, and um, this process of coating and drying is repeated at least 3 times, as the force gets bigger. This is the picture after 3 coatings. And finally, alcohol-based polish is added to give the whole glossy luster like this. And completed chocolate balls are sent to a packaging machine through this like this. And if you go to a packaging machine, you can see a long straight line and a wrapping paper on the line. Then the chocolate balls are wrapped with wrapping paper one by one and cut at regular size. And pincers on the machine grip the top and bottom and wrap the balls by twisting action. And the packaged chocolate balls are gathered at a big box for delivery. This is how to make chocolate balls with machine, and about 400 packages can be made per minute. And today we show you the making chocolate balls. Making chocolate balls with machine. First, making cocoa mess. 2, making chocolate balls, and 3 is packaging the balls. And 4th is complete the process. This process performed automatically by machines and repeat the process until their ingredients run out.
What about step 5? Eating.
By eating. And peace.
Peace time. First question is how many machines were used to make the cocoa mess?
Guys, how many machines?
Anybody? Four.
Not repeated. C or yes. The answer is C because roasting machine and the extractor and pre device. So 3 machines were used to make cocoa mess.
And next is how many chocolate balls can be made per minute?
400.
Wow.
Thank you for listening.
Good. Make sure you have your name on your book, and at the end of the class, I'll post it. The books, okay? Alright, so Tom, you jump in. Tom, you jump in.
Hello everyone, we are group 2. My name is Choi Kang and his name is Ju Jung-min. We will talk about automobile development process. Firstly, I will talk about the cars that before 19th century, and nextly Jung-min talk about the cars that used in after 19th century. Lastly, we sum up our content and solving some quiz. Now, I will start my part. This is courage in the scene of Cinderella. Yes, this is very big. Before Christ 2500, the Sumerians devised the cart for convenience and transportation. The cart is very helpful for them. The cart used the power of human, the power of horse, or the power of cow as a power source. So it is not a complete automobile. After 4,000 years, the end of 15th century, Leonardo da Vinci devised the spring car. As shown in this picture, this car uses spring as a power source. but this car is too slow and heavy, so it is hard to ride with your girlfriend or boyfriend. Yes. But it has a really special meaning. It has very special meaning that human beings starting to find power source in the nature, not force or calm. Lastly, this is Nicolas Pino's car. Um, in the year of war, he made this car for the purpose of carrying cannons. Um, and it has another special meaning that the first product of industrial revolution. Um, however, you can see this picture. This car is too heavy, so it is difficult to control. So this car makes really many car accidents. Thank you.
In 1885, Carl Friedrich invent the gasoline car. Thi- This picture is the first vehicle that was made using a gasoline engine. And uh, the car that the car like you know and you see today is made is was made using gasoline engine. So then the diesel engine is invented. Gasoline car is quieter than diesel and fuel crash, and it is advantageous for high-speed driving compared to diesel. And gasoline car produces lots of carbon dioxide. And diesel car. Rudolf Diesel invented diesel car in 1892. And diesel requires much care, and it is costly to repair. And this diesel car's ability to drive fast roads is poor, and noise and vibration are loud. But diesel car, the best of diesel car's property is uh, fuel efficiency. Hybrid car. 1899, Dr. Friedrich Forsen who invented hybrid engine in 1899. The New York Times said it will be cleaner and quieter than more economic than gasoline cars. So it will be used for long period of time. Like New York Times said, hybrid have many good points. And hybrid is a car that uses of fuel as both electricity and fuel. Once we got we get to the speed at which cars are driving into electricity made and drive.
Now let's go to some of our contents. Firstly, before Christ 2500, Sumerian devised the cart, and after 4,000 years, Leonardo da Vinci devised his screen cart, and after 300 years, Nicolas Pino devised the steam car.
And in 1885, gasoline car was invented. Then in 1892, diesel car was invented, and later in 1899, a hybrid engine was invented. And hybrid is very clean and it uses two sources, electricity and fuel.
Okay, let's start some keys. First question is mine, and second question is Jungmin. Question: Who invented spring car?
Leonardo da Vinci. No?
Oh,
Yes?
Second question, what is the best thing of diesel cars bookings? What is the best thing of diesel cars bookings?
Good gas mileage. Cheap fuel.
No.
Uh,
So answer is fuel efficiency.
I have one question for you guys, since you were talking about cars. What technology made cars available to all people?
Engine and cleaner.
So as you saw, like in 1885, there was a car, but cars were not really available to everyone until when? There was a technology that made cars available even to the working people who didn't have much money. Very famous, very famous. I'll give you a hint. It happened in the United States, and the car was the Model T, right? The Ford Model T. Why? Why did that make cars available? Not the car itself, but Henry Ford invented the factory,
Yes.
the production line, right? Until that point, cars were handmade and took a long time and very expensive, right? But when Henry Ford invented the technology of the production line, you could make cars very quickly and very cheaply, which then made it available to many, many people. Right? Okay, good. Very interesting. Very interesting. Who brings that? Sungbin and Sang-hoon, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Sang-hyun Choi in electronic engineering, and this is my partner, Sungbin Jo, in electronic engineering too. So we are present about how to assemble a smartphone. We use smartphone every day, but we don't know smartphone are assembled. So we are introduced about assembly of smartphone. Before to start, we need something. We need mainboard, CPU, display, RAM, storage device, camera module, speaker, microphone, battery, and other components. This is what all we need, and we are going to make smartphone now. First, assemble components on mainboard. This is mainboard, and here is camera module port, and this is CPU port, and here is LAN port, and here is micro fusion chip and camera port, and this is SD card port, and here is battery. And you need to be careful of all things because this is very easy to break down. Second, assemble the mainboard on the smartphone frame with glue and screws.
this is one green. And don't forget to be careful to prevent break of main board. Third, assemble battery on the main board. Battery is shaped like this, and you can see the main board is shaped like Korean gear because of the battery. Connect the battery on the main board and glue it on the smartphone frame. Fourth, assemble display on the main board. Display includes not only the display panel, but also the speaker and home button. Connect the display panel and speaker and home button separately on the main board, and assemble this display on the smartphone frame with screw and glue. You have to be very careful because display can be break down very easily. Finally, install OS on the smartphone. OS means operating system, and you must install OS on the smartphone before you use your smartphone. Connect your smartphone to the computer and install OS to the smartphone via computer. Then your smartphone assembly is finished. Do you have any questions? No.
What's the one component that breaks most often?
Display is breakdown most.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Good. Yeah, Google, they were trying to make them modular, right? The modular smartphone where you can switch out the camera and the CPU, but it never took off. So, okay. All right, you guys are up.
Hello everyone, my name is Jay and my major is mechanical engineering.
My name is Hansok, and my major is electronic engineering. Today we introduce about making cars, and our content. Step 1 is design structure. Step 2 is making structure. Step 3 add details. Step 4 design, and finally pitch. Before we make car, we need iron pipe, welding machine, and protecting mask, and automatic car engine, and one handle for his and design product.
Step 1, design structure. A car we will make is available for one person and consists of motorcycle engine. Car's name is Bala. Usually it is used to participate in racing contest that is designed by college students. Before we make car, we should design car's frame, so we use CAD, computer aided design. CAD is a system that helps engineers and architects to design things frame. By using CAD, we can make many kinds of things frame in 3D. This picture is a process that designs frame by using CAD. At first, it is hard to use CAD, but if you practice hard, you can handle it easy. This picture is almost done. Step 2, making structure. In step 1, we design cars frame we will make by using CAD. From this, we can make Bala car. we need iron pipe and handle it by using by welding. Welding is a sculptural process that joins materials, usually metals or thermoplastics, by causing fusion. In addition to melting base metal, you can melting metal. Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
In this picture, people are making cars frame by using welding machine.
We made basic frame, so step 1, 2. Then we need to add details. First, we need engine to move car. We use engine used in auto bicycle. One of the defect is that this car cannot move backward as auto bicycle cannot move backward. Next, we make the seat that people can sit down, and we put one handle that can control car's direction, and add 4 gears that can move car. We almost finished making car, and the last is designing appearance. Spraying good colors or inserting great pictures or pattern are an example of this design appearance.
First, we use something to design cars frame. What is something's name?
CAD?
Oh yes.
Wow.
Steps 2. When dealing with iron pipe, we need this. What is this?
welding machine.
Yes.
But I got a question for you guys. So I know the design of cars are done by people, but in the actual manufacturing, right, the actual making of cars, would you say it's more robots nowadays making cars than people making cars? Like you talked about the welding machine, right? Is that a guy welding or is that a robot welding?
This car is people's.
People. But like a Hyundai, if you go to a Hyundai plant, do you have people welding there or is it a robot? Yeah, yeah. I mean, nowadays, the people still design the cars, there's technology behind it, but the actual manufacturing nowadays is right, done a lot by robots nowadays. Okay, good, very interesting, good. Okay.